I did everything on my own. Yeah. I completed my studies in December 2022 and started working from Jan 2023. I opted for 1 year of study. I had just 1 year to figure things out. So less than 6 months. Yeah. Initially thought to go for a consultancy, and when they created my profile, it came across an ineligible, and they tried it twice. If this is what they're gonna do, how I'm sure that like everything will be smooth. If I'm stuck somewhere, I will be running around them. I think most of them that I came across in Alberta, they were asking like not less than $4,000, and I did send it to them, and they rejected it. I did all my research, everything on my own. Even I figured out everything through YouTube. So because you have moved from your country to a different country, start taking chances.
So hi everyone, today I have the opportunity of introducing to you one of my subscribers or one of the members from my WhatsApp group who recently got his PR. He got his PR with the PNP under the Alberta Tech Pathway, and it's very nice that he agreed to share his experience with all of us so that we can all learn from his experience and also see what challenges he's faced and what was his experience overall in this process. Sudhanshu, hi, how are you?
Hi Manish, I'm good. What about you?
I'm good. How are you? Good man. Good. So thanks for doing this, man. It will be really helpful to our community, and thanks for helping out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So why don't we start with a very brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Sudhanshu Singh. I was born and brought up in UP, a city called Kanpur. I was there till class 9. Then I did my 10th and 12th from Bihar, and then I moved to Chennai. I did my bachelor's from computer science in Chennai, and then from 2013 I started working, and it was like around 9 years of work ex that I have. And it was in 2022 that I decided to move to Canada for a 1 year of post-graduation studies. And after I did that in cloud computing, and post completing that, I got an offer in Alberta. It's a city called Red Deer. I work for Top Tech, and once they offered me a job for the same VoIP, the technology that I worked back in India, and I joined that in January. So yeah, I completed my studies in December 2022 and started working from Jan 2023.
Okay, good. And now we are in August 2023, and you already have your PR.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was very nice. So from India, you moved directly to Alberta?
Yeah, so from India, I was in Ontario. I was in Waterloo. Okay. I studied from Conestoga College. So during my studies, it was somewhere in October, I got a call from this company, and they wanted me to relocate to Alberta, and I was fine with it.
Okay. Yeah. So you were in a college and in Ontario.
Yeah.
And then you came to Alberta for work only, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is a very good case study for us guys, because if you see in the WhatsApp group also that we have, there are many people asking that I've done my studies from different province, right? I want to move to Alberta. What are my options, right? So you are a perfect case study of that scenario.
And one thing that I would like to point it out, that people do say that they don't get calls from LinkedIn and Indeed. This offer that I got, it was through Indeed. So okay, you still have to keep trying. You never know.
Yeah. Even I've been telling people just never keep trying. Just keep trying. You will get something, and you are a prime example. So why did you selected Alberta out of so many provinces in Canada?
Again, the reason was that because I opted for 1 year of study, so I was pretty comfortable moving anywhere. It was not Alberta. If I would have got offer from New Brunswick, Scotia, anywhere, I would have moved, because again, I only had 1 year because I opted for 1 year of study. So I had just 1 year to figure things out. So I was pretty comfortable to move anywhere. I was lucky enough that I got a call from Alberta, and I didn't even thought what I have to done. I just relocated. That's it.
Okay. And which PNP stream did you get through?
It was Alberta Tech Pathway.
Tech Pathway. So what's your experience with Tech Pathway?
It's fast. It's quite fast. But yeah, you have certain, not everyone can apply. Yeah, you have around 32 knock codes that your job has to be aligned with. So, and I was lucky enough, fortunate enough, I would say, that the previous work that I did back in India was aligned to the offer that I got, and it was a straightforward stuff for me.
Correct. So in your experience, I have seen many people ask this question. I know this is a requirement for certain streams like Alberta Opportunity Stream, where your field of study and your occupation should be linked. Did you face any such kind of a requirement in Alberta Tech Pathway?
No, because so let's suppose my experience is in VoIP. I studied cloud, and again, the job that I got was on VoIP.
Okay.
So no, it doesn't it doesn't have any relation to the study that the post graduation study that I did in Canada. It has no relation to it.
It's not relation, yeah.
No.
So, and this is guys for the Tech Pathway specifically,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
Tech
for
Pathway
Tech Pathway, so for Tech Pathway, there you can, if you have an offer of working in Alberta, you should be good. Okay, so let's not be confused about that. And Sudhanshu is a very prime example of that. Okay, and how much time it took for you
For the PR's process?
for the PNP and PR?
Okay, I can start from the scratch. So I created my Express Entry profile on 8th February. 8th February, yep. 21st February. So the day I created my profile on 8th, on 9th, I got an notification, or you call it expression of interest. I got that on 9th, and 21st, I submitted all my stuff. 21st Feb. 10th of March, I got my nomination certificate on 10th March. 14th March is when I got the ITA.
Okay.
10th March, 26th April, yeah, 26th April is when I submitted all my ITA stuff and all.
Okay.
And 26th April, May, and it was in June, pretty much in June when I got that ECOPR and all that stuff. No, so my you have the total emails that you get, right? So once everything is done, so that started from June last, and on 5th of July, I had the final. 5th of July was the final email of ECOPR, and on 15th July, I got my PR card.
Oh wow, man! Yeah, that was like within less than 6 months, I would say.
Yeah, less than 6 months. Yeah,
less than 6 months. Yeah. So guys, that's what I'm saying. If you guys are able to crack any of the streams, right? It's at times for certain cases it's very fast. I have seen, like for me also, I got everything done in 3.5 months. Sudhanshu got it in 6 months, less than 6 months, in fact. And there are a lot of examples like that. Okay. So if you are thinking about it, I would say go through the criterias of your file, right? What experience you have, what job offer you have. Go through that, and then if you select wisely, it will be very fast, right? So
like it even depends on the, I would say, the officer who handles your file and the complexity that you have. So for mine, it was pretty straightforward. That could be the reason.
Okay. Yeah, Tech Pathway is, I feel, is very straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Because I was also like in a similar scenario. I was working in Ontario, right? I got my PR delivered in Ontario itself.
Oh, okay.
So I had an offer to work in Alberta, but it was pretty flexible. They are pretty flexible with that. If you have all the documentation in place, it goes very fast. That's what even that's what in my experience. Yeah. Okay. Another popular, like obviously you were like, before we started recording, you said that you were you're open to helping a lot of people, and you have already helped a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Sharing your experience. So how's that looking? Yeah. So how's that going? Like,
that's like there are a couple of guys who came across to me through the WhatsApp group, and they keep in, because their file is in process. They are still going through the process. So the questions that they come across, if they're stuck somewhere, and in whichever way I can help them out, I do that, because I did everything on my own. To be honest, I initially thought to go with a consultant, and I tried reaching two of them. They were in Alberta, and they asked me like something around $4,500 and all in Alberta. And there was a consultancy in Ontario. They asked me like $2,500, and I tell you, like, you still have to do your research, because I give you an example for that. Initially, I thought to go through a consultancy because no one wants to take that odd chance, right? So there was a consultancy, let's not name them, and they said, okay, they gave me a form and all that. They asked me to fill that up. I did that, and they said, okay, initially I'm going to create an Express Entry profile, and once it is done, then you pay your first installment. And they created my Express Entry profile, and it came as ineligible. And I was like, if this is what they tried it twice. And they tried it twice, and it came along as ineligible. And I was like, if this is what they're gonna do, how I'm sure that like everything will be smooth. If I'm stuck somewhere, I will be running around them. And that actually like sort of provoked me let's do it on your own. If anything goes wrong, I'm not blaming anyone, it's me. So
Yep.
let's do the research. And I used to work from 8 to 5. I used to come back by 5, and because I moved here to the city Red Deer in January. On February, in February, I started my process and all that. So I used to come back. I used to do my research. So it was all about the research, and you have a
Yep.
lot of stuff online to figure things out.
Yeah, yeah, and even I see that we have been chatting since January, right?
Uh-huh.
Um,
I think before that, I think I first texted you somewhere in October last year, October or November last year.
yeah. So we have been talking, and we as a small group have tried to helping out a lot of people, including you, right? So so that is a good segue. So you mentioned about immigration consultant. You did it on yourself,
I
right?
did everything on my own. Yeah.
Okay. And was it easy doing it?
I won't. You see, you have to give some time, right? Like you have to do a research and all that. You come across something. Okay, there is something like you're looking for an option A. So there will be a lot of videos around it. So like you go through all. So you have to give some time to it. That's what I will say. But yeah, if you give some time, you can figure things on your own.
If you are not comfortable, you can skip this question, but just for the benefit of other people who might be watching, how much did it cost? You can give a range for this
Yes, I
entire
think
process, doing it yourself.
it was pretty much straightforward. So like Express Entry profile is free. So for submitting that tech pathway form, it took like $500.
Yes.
After that, once okay, PCC. I just because I did a mistake in PCC. PCC was around like less than 200. I think I'm just trying to recall. It's like 150
It's a
bucks.
range, yeah.
150 will be like your PCC. $500 was your tech pathway form. I think that, and then when you go through that, once you get an ITA, you submit all that. That was like 1400. So 14.5 is like 9. So roughly around 22 was this, and that's it. So
And you had a medical exemption?
no, yeah, because I did it last year, so I didn't have to go through medical.
Okay,
So I
you
would say
worked
like
for a
less than
study
2200.
permit. You
Yeah,
did it for a study permit.
study permit. So it was done last year,
Okay.
so they didn't ask me
Okay.
for
Yeah.
real medical.
And now just compare it to the cost that immigration consultants were charging you.
Yeah, so the
Right?
minimum, like I think most of them that I came across in Alberta, they were asking like not less than $4,000,
Oh
and
my
in
God.
Ontario they have like 25. So like 20. Again, this was the reason I was like, why to waste your money? Like the only thing is that you will have to work hard. You have to give that extra odd hours for a research. So let's do that. You can still save that 2200,
Yeah,
25,
yeah,
4,000 bucks for no reason.
yeah. And money saved is money earned, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. So okay. So from your experience, I'm as you just said that you've been helping other people. From your experience, will you advise people who might be watching this to do their PR and PNP application on their own?
Yeah, definitely. Like there is nothing on YouTube. You have everything. If you talk about that PR stuff, every damn thing is on YouTube. You don't even I tell you, even for PCC, if you talk about PCC, I never knew what PCC is. So I searched on Google, okay, what PCC is. So it's like police clearance certificate something.
Certificate.
Okay, how to do that. So everything that you type, you're gonna get hell lot of videos some related to that.
Yeah.
So I did all my research, everything on my own, even from PCC to anything, and I figured out everything through YouTube. So
Yeah. So it was easy, right?
I will say that if you ask me about tech pathway, it's very straightforward. You don't need anyone. I'm not very sure like how does other goes, but I think
It
if
should
you
be similar.
look on, yeah, it's very similar to what
should be-
other
it should-
PNPs or the Express Entry profile is.
It should be similar. Okay. So that's a recommendation, guys. You can very easily do it yourself, right? There in our community, in our WhatsApp group, we are now close to more than 1,000 people, and I have at least in last 1.5 years of running this WhatsApp group, at least 50 people have got it, if not more, right?
For sure, I think-
Everybody is doing on their own. Okay, so it is possible. We are not overstating or understating anything. This is the real life example we are giving, right? Okay. So while you were doing it yourself, many people might feel intimidated by the whole process, right? Getting a PR of a foreign country and doing it yourself, right? People might be intimidated by the thought of it.
Yeah,
So what, in your opinion, was the toughest stage or toughest step in this whole process in your journey?
I will say like creating an Express entry profile, because again, as I
Okay,
said,
the
yeah,
free one.
that was it. Because apart from that, I think everything was pretty smooth for me.
Okay,
So again, because I initially thought to go for a consultancy, and when they created my profile, it came across an ineligible. Even I was meeting an FSW criteria because I had an experience back in India.
okay,
So I wasn't sure. So then someone, I think from the group, I can name that lady. Her name is Faith. She's in the group right now.
okay.
So I was in touch with her, and she said like, if you want, you can just manipulate the amount that you're gonna bring, like proof of fund, what you
Yeah,
call it.
yeah, proof of
Okay,
funds,
that's
correct.
something I can tell you. So actually, for single applicant, the proof of fund is some 13,000 something,
13,000. Yeah.
13 grand, you can say. So uh, I think was that the reason. So I edited it to from 13. I edited to 16.5, and actually when I edited it to 16.5, it went through.
Yeah.
Not again, I'm not very sure. I could have edited it back before getting an ITA, but I never did that. And when I got an ITA, I was like, I was told that now you cannot edit anything. You have to show that 16.5. Then yeah, I
But
did
you,
had to arrange money, but that
but you
was
don't. But you didn't need it. You already had a work permit. You were working in Canada, so you don't
uh,
need to need
you
that.
don't
That
like
was safety.
yeah, it was not sure. There are, because you might come across a lot of people that when they create Express entry profile, due to some reason, it comes as an ineligible, although they meet all the criteria and all.
Correct.
So I just edited it, and I later missed it out. I never edited that, and I got an IT, and now I got an IT, and then I had to just arrange some
Okay.
amount, but it was fine for me.
It was fine for you. Yeah, yeah, correct, correct, correct. And which stage? Like there are many stages. It happened. Everything happened to you within 6 months. So I don't know how relevant this question is, but still, in this quick period of 6 months, which stage took the most time?
The PCC. PCC
PCC.
was like 45 days. Now there was a mistake that I did. So
So you have to reapply.
yeah, I had to reapply PCC. So when you apply for a work permit, you get a letter straight away, which tells you that you are an applied status, whatever is that. And after that, before they send you a document, the original document, they even send you an email, like a letter
Yeah.
on your
Right.
IRCC account.
Yeah.
I did like the mistake that I did. They wanted your status, that you were what's your status in Canada, rather than giving that original document, the PDF for that original document. I said the document that I got on email, it had everything, like okay, this is my 3-year work permit and everything and all that stuff. And I did send it to them, and they rejected it. They said like, this is not your original document. I said, but it has all the information, it's from IRCC. But they didn't accept that. They said no, either we need your study permit, original study permit,
Okay.
or your work permit. Then I had to reapply it through my original work permit. So
Okay.
this was the reason it took around 45 days, and that's it.
Okay.
Like that was the longest, because when I applied for this tech pathway, I did all my research, and I knew beforehand what all document is required. So I had everything with me, like before the due date and all. It was only
Mhm.
PCC I was not sure about, so it took around 45 days.
Okay, okay. So that's very good suggestions right there. That if you are applying for PCC, what are the things you should look out for? And plus, Sudhanshu gave really good advice on if you are facing challenges with your express entry profile being ineligible. So there are some tips and tricks of the trade that you can do, and he just gave those suggestions earlier in the video. Okay, okay. And now Sudhanshu is a proud PR of Canada. And how's life after PR?
It's good. Now, yeah, like I got my PR and everything now. Like it's not that you have to stick to a specific knock. If I want, I can just
Yeah,
switch
now
to
you're
it.
free bird, man.
Yep. So
You're free
that's
bird.
what I will be looking. I still want to give some time here before I just want to complete an year before I start looking for another
Sure,
job.
sure, sure. Sure, sure, sure. And how do you like Alberta?
It's good. Like I've been to Calgary once. It's a good place. I just have, and because people know more about Edmonton and Calgary, but there are beautiful small places around Alberta. Like you have Sylvan Lake. This is a small city. Red Deer is too small, but I will say Sylvan Lake is a beautiful place.
Okay.
and that's where I usually go on weekends. It's like just 15 minutes drive from my place, so
Okay. So
it's
like Alberta.
all over. It's a good place.
You like? Okay, 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 okay. We've been to like we are from the same boat. I was in Ontario for 3 years almost before moving here. So yeah, I've seen both of both worlds.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. So before we end this interview, any suggestion you want to give anybody who might be listening?
I would say like the only suggestion is like because you have moved from your country to a different country, start taking chances, because people like, okay, if someone is in Ontario, they would be like, okay, I have a 3-year work permit, I'm gonna stay there, I'm gonna figure out things. You get an opportunity, just move. I know it will be a tough task, but like not every time you get an opportunity. Like so there I've seen people like they get an offer and they're like, okay, we can wait. We have a 3-year work permit. Don't leave things for the very end, because you never know how this immigration works tomorrow. If they get, because they are overwhelmed with people right now. Everyone knows that. So if they stop doing things, you never know. So don't take that odd chances. If you think like you can move to a different place, even if it's a small province, move to New Brunswick, any place, like, but start taking that odd chances rather than sitting and waiting for opportunity to come by you. Start creating those opportunity by moving to the place. Because you ask me if I would have done a research on Red Deer, I would have think once, like, because it's a very small city, but I never even looked. Like, I just saw that, okay, Red Deer is in Alberta, I'm gonna move. But when I came here, it was challenging because I stay with, like, the people who are around me are all Canadians. I have no Indian connection in Red Deer. If I move to Calgary, I have friends, but like if you ask me, like in 25 days in a month, I stay around Canadian people and all that.
Yep.
But that's fine. This because this is what you have come from, right? So you don't
This is what
expect,
you signed up for.
you don't look for the Indian community and all that. Okay, that I only need Indian people and all that. Don't think that way. And still, you if you're gonna stay with them, you're gonna learn a lot,
A lot.
which
Yeah.
I've been doing right now. So
Yeah.
it's a good
Yeah.
learning experience for me.
Yeah, and we are going to live and grow in a global community anyways,
Yeah,
right?
sure. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's time to step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, it's definitely the time to move out.
Okay, okay. So thanks, Sudhanshu, for your time, man. And
Yes, sure.
you will. I'm very sure that you will be in the WhatsApp group. You will continue to be in the WhatsApp group, trying to
I
help other
actually
people.
left the
You
WhatsApp
left it?
group because there were a lot of people they wanted to be in. So I was like, okay,
Ah,
I'm
okay,
done with
okay.
it.
You're
So
making some space for it.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making space for other people.
Okay, okay. So, but anyways, keep up the good work of helping other people, man. Just pay
Yeah,
it
sure.
forward.
Sure.
Just pay it
Thanks, sir.
forward.
And even your group have really helped me out initially when I reached out to you. You usually used to ping me, like it was a one-to-one ping that you did initially, but I know like it was not easy. But
Yeah, yeah,
thanks
yeah.
for what you did then.
Okay, no, man. Glad we were able to help in a small way. So
Yeah,
you will
sure.
at least you will remember us for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, sure. For sure.
That there was a group of people who got my Canadian PR, right?
For
So
sure, sir.
yeah, 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 yeah. And that is what is important, man. That's what's important. Okay,
Sure, sir.
okay, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, sir.
Thank
And
you. And
I
you know
just
my number
wish,
now.
yeah, I have your number anyhow. So,
Yeah.
and I just want to wish everyone just keep hustling and you're going to get through.
Yep. Okay. So on that note, we will end this interview now, and thank you, Sudhanshu, once again.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.